What's up YouTube? Gennady back here with another video, and today I'm going to be going over the best way to make and start your theme team in Madden Ultimate Team 22. So as we take a look over at our team right here, I am running a Buccaneers theme team, right? And I have 50 out of 50. And the reason you run a theme team is because of the +2 speed, mainly. Then you get these +2 other attributes, but the +2 speed is the most important one and why you run the theme team. For example, we go over to my Keyshawn Johnson right here. And we look at his attributes, and he's got +4 speed, which gives him up to 98 speed. Speed is a very important attribute inside of Ultimate Team and inside of Madden in general, which is why people do the theme teams. Plus, it's just fun a little bit, you know. So how I get started on doing a theme team is I start off by figuring out, first of all, like the main big players I want on my team. Like, who is going to be like the main players that are the reason for running the theme team. Like, usually you have a couple of players that you want to be even better, their stats to be up a little bit higher, and then you go from there because you want those players to be at their best. So you go ahead and look through your theme team, who you're going to get. Mutt.gg is a great place to look at all the different players you get in your theme team, right? So you can go ahead and look at that. But you do it, like I said, for the speed. So as when I first started, how I did it and how I got started doing it was I started off by buying everybody's power-ups. So if you look underneath each of these players, they all have little purple things for majority of them. If it's purple around their name, that means they're powered up. And power-ups are super cheap for majority of the time. You go out and buy their power-up, it's super cheap. You upgrade them one time and you can give them a chemistry. So you go out and buy everybody's power-ups, put them in your lineup, and you'll have basically 50 out of 50, close to that, right? And then what I do is I slowly go through and add training to each of the players and slowly level them up and get training to make them a higher level, and basically work my theme team doing that. And training is pretty hard to get at the beginning of the game, but once you get going and win more, have more coins, get higher players, open more packs, etc., you're gonna have a lot more training. So at first it might seem like, oh my god, this is a lot of training that I gotta get. My next upgrade is 1,000 training. I barely have 5 training, right? So it's gonna feel like a grind, and there's only 2 ways to get training. You can either get it by selling players you get from packs, or buying players from the auction block and then selling them that way. So there's really no cheat code like solos. Like, the campaign gives you like 100 training total. You can't do anything with 100 training. That's a lot of time just to get 100 training. Don't waste your time trying to do challenges to get training, because it's not going to work. But leveling up can help you do that, because you'll be getting coins, rewards, packs when you level up. Your MUT level, what I'm talking about right now, you get a lot of great rewards. So doing challenges, upgrading your MUT level, that's all great stuff to help you out with your theme team getting started. So then when you do that, you're gonna want to go ahead and save up coins for the players you want to go ahead and buy first. And not only, so you want to try to get the players that are least important, if that makes any sense. So for example, when I was doing my offense, right, I had Keyshawn only up to a 92, like the highest possible power up he could be before I bought his full card. And the reason I do that is because I want to have power ups that are playable, and then go get the cards that aren't playable first. So like, for example, like maybe Chris Godwin, like his power up is not good enough to be playing online with. So I want to go ahead and get his card first, because Keyshawn's power up is good enough to be playing against online competition, if that makes any sense. So I went out and got like Mike Evans first, because if I just had him powered up, he would not be a good enough player to be online. So I need to get his full card to power him up, then will his card be good enough, because he would have had like 89 speed, and instead of having 89 speed, he'd have 92 speed if I bought his card. And that's a lot better, because you know, you need it. Like now in Madden, you probably need like 95, 96 speed plus to be very competitive, but back then you could get away with like 92, 93 speed. And then once you get all those power-ups for your card, then majority of positions will have gold or silver players that can be backups. See, for example, I got one silver player right here, a gold AB right there, a gold Ronald Jones, a gold left tackle, and as long as they're gold or silver, so if anything above a silver, it gets your team chemistry. So you don't have to go out and spend and get a like million coin backups. You can literally go out and get like a 500 coin card, put it at your backup, and it counts just the same. That's +1 chemistry. And then when starting as well, each team has a team diamond card. So for the Buccaneers, they have a keep to leave. As you can see right there, it says ×3 chemistry. So that counts as 3 Buccaneer player spots. So that's a huge role, and that opens up other spots for your non-theme team players, and we'll get into that later in the video. Then we can take a look over here at John Lynch. John Lynch is what's called a team captain. You get him by doing up to week 3 in the campaign in challenges. And what he does is he gets ×3 of every chemistry in the game. There's also Jack Youngblood, Sean Alexander, and Lance Allworth. So you can pick from 4 different team captains. They all play different positions. Jack Youngblood, I believe, is the left end. John Lynch is a strong safety. Sean Alexander is a running back, and Lance Allworth is a wide receiver. So wherever your team lacks, you want to go ahead and get that position and put them there. They get ×3 chemistry, and each season they get an upgrade. So next season John Lynch will be 96, the season after that will be 98, and it goes on and on like that. So basically he'll eventually become a 99. So you want to get that card. It's very important. It will be on your team for the rest of the month, the rest of your theme team, and so forth. And then coming on to the special teams right here, I rock a non-Buccaneers kicker, but some teams have a punter and a kicker. Some teams don't have either. It all depends on your theme team. And then coming on over here to specialists, that actually we'll get into that later a little bit. And then your strategy items, if you do like the playbook of the theme team you're running, you can do that. Both those playbooks give you +1 to each of your chemistries. So if you had a Buccaneers theme team and I had Buccaneers offense and defensive playbooks, that would give me +2 to my 50 out of 50 theme team. Then coming over here to the visuals, your coach, stadium, and both uniforms both give you +1. So without getting any players, you already get +4 from just this page alone. So this is a huge part of your theme team and an easy part of your theme team that you can do. And if you see your guys out on the auction, or your uniforms out on the auction and stuff, and they're very expensive, don't worry, you don't have to go spend a bunch of coins on that. Simply, you can just go to the store, and you go to the training part of the store, and once you get to that part of the store, one sec, you go down to the back end right here, and you can go ahead and buy for not that much training a base dark uniform, coach pack, stadium pack, and light uniforms, as well as your playbooks, all for really cheap training. You get to pick any of the teams in the game, playbooks or uniforms and all that stuff. So it's super easy and super simple, not very cost efficient if you can't find them in the market or anything like that. And then the last part of this I want to touch on is the non-theme team players. So right now I believe I'm rocking 10 non-theme team players. We go ahead right here, I'm rocking 1, 2, 3 on offense, actually 4. I'm rocking 4 non-Buccaneer players on offense, and I'm able to do that because of those ×3 guys, because of the uniform, stuff like that. It allows me to open up spaces and slots for guys that are not part of the theme team that I still want on my team, that are still very good. So that's why you want those players, not only because it makes it easier, but you can also open up spots for non-theme team players. Coming over at defense, I have 1, 2, 3 non-Buccaneers players on my defense, so that comes out to 7, 4 on offense, 3 on defense. Then in my specialists, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 non-Buccaneers hiding in here, so that's another 4 to add on to that 7. So I have 11 non-theme team players in my lineup right now, and it's really fun. You can hide a guy in your running back spots, your slot receiver spots, your sub linebacker spots, your slot corners, your rush D tackle, rush left end, all these spots right here, these do not count towards your 50 out of 50. Even if you're like, oh, I need to fit some more of my theme team guys into here, if you put them in this spot, they will not count towards your 50. But at the same time, it helps you in the opposite way, because if you do put guys here, you can put guys here that won't take away from your theme team, that you can also use in your team at the same time. A lot of the times you'll have to sub them in unless they're at your slot corner or slot receiver right here. Like these two guys are automatically on my team. Once I start off the game, I don't have to sub them in because they're first and they immediately are in the game. Same with my sub linebacker, Isaiah Simmons is already at my user as soon as I load into the game. So that's why this is super clutch and allows you to have more players. So yet again, that is 11 non-theme team players I have on my team. So that's how I get started on my theme teams. That's how I do it. If you guys want to know anything else, if there's anything that was confusing or anything like that, go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know what else you guys want to know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I wish you the best, and I hope everything's well. S1, I was the best one. You thinking way back, you should've kept them. You always question all of my methods. I try to hold you down, I just want you around. I swear that you don't check your phone. I be pulling in the coupe on my own. You can catch me in the sweater V-Long, and I'm still on the throne. Thanks to you, now I'm gone. But I'll still be at the function till 3. We be going back and forth 3-peat. I stay dripping, baby, you know me. But that's all you see, now that's all you